So, by the time I got caught driving drunk, at age 25, I had already moved back in with my parents. And my mom was kind of suspicious that I was an alcoholic. And by kind of suspicious, I mean saying it to my face constantly. And we were just having arguments all the time. And so what happened with the DUI is I was at a house party with some high school friends, and I was just bored. All we did was drink and talk about the past, and I was like, I gotta meet some new people. Guys, I'm going to the bar. They go, wait, are you okay to drive? And I go, I don't know. So we go outside and I perform my own field sobriety test. Passed with flying colors. And we climb into the car and we head out. Now, how drunk was I? Drunk enough to think there wouldn't be cops out in downtown Kirkland on Cinco de Mayo. But not so drunk that I think I could have got away with a warning, except for my drunk friends in the back seat calling the cop an asshole for pulling me over. So the next day I get home from jail, and my mom says, where's the car, Paul? And I tell her what happened, and she screams, I knew you would do something like this, and runs outside crying. And my dad looks at me and goes, you proud? And goes and joins her. And so I go down to my room, because I'm keeping a journal that year, and wanted to record this day for posterity. And it randomly opens to an entry from 2 weeks ago where I read, quote, stop hanging out with your high school friends. All you do is drink and have remember when conversations. And stop driving drunk, you're going to get caught. And I replied, thanks, Paul, from 2 weeks ago. So when you get caught driving drunk, when you get a DUI, you got to do 3 things before your court date. You have to go to a drug and alcohol counselor and lie. You have to go to drug and alcohol class. And you have to go to the DUI victims panel, or as I came to know it, sad stories about physics. And that was the important one, because at that point, I'd had so many arguments with my parents. My mom and I were just not speaking to each other. And there was one speaker there that really, touched me. It was a father who lost his son in a drunk driving accident. His son was the passenger. And he said that no matter how much it hurt, he'd always remember the last thing his son said to him before he left, which was, I love you, Dad. You mean the world to me. And as I walked out of the class, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about the last conversation I'd had with my parents, which was an argument. And then I thought about something that the drug and alcohol counselor told me, which is, by the time you've been caught driving drunk, you've probably done it about 100 times before. And at the time, I was like, that's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, you're lowballing it, but sure. And so before I headed home, I thought, what's the last thing I'd want them to know? So I called them up, and I go, guys, and my dad answers. I said, put Mom on the phone. So they both get on. I go, guys, I know we've been having problems, but I just want you to know that if anything ever happens to me, that you mean the world to me, and that I love you. And there's a pause before my mom responds, wow, Paul, are you drunk?